Hey Liz, why don't you do a book review? Book review.
Book review. What about books, Liz? Books. Real books.
Okay, so to explain the whole comic books and graphic novels in November, I was trying to do NaNoWriMo, but it kind of failed, and so I was like, oh, I want to still do book reviews during the month of November, so I'll do comic books and graphic novels and stuff because that's really easy to read. Which I actually found out through all of that there are some of you that actually like that stuff. There's a couple of you that think that those aren't really books, which is kind of false, but whatever. I was just trying to bring in some variety, and if it's okay with you guys, we'll keep doing that kind of thing. We'll keep adding more variety and flavor to this channel and all that kind of fun stuff. Today I want to read this book. It is Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. It's about this boy named Charlie who's in his first year of high school, and it's kind of like high school personified in that I feel like he just embodies what your high school experience probably is or was at one point or another. It's written in letters to his friend, like this. It says like, dear friend, blah, 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 blah. It's to, I don't even know who it is, but I feel like it's really cool that he writes like that because it feels like he's writing to you rather than to some random person. And the friend isn't really a developed character, it's just like kind of a blank space. And it just allows you to sit in during Charlie's life and stuff like that and what all he goes through, which is a lot. He is very emotionally distraught throughout this book. There's a lot of dark things that happened during his childhood that I won't get into because it's not necessarily a spoiler, but the second one would probably be a spoiler. I'd say this is the more realistic YA books that I've read in a while. It's very along the lines, if you mix like Looking for Alaska and 13 Reasons Why, if you've read either of those, it's very much like that. Like John Green writes kind of like this. I guess this probably inspired him somewhat, or I know it's partially based on his life and stuff like that. And this is probably based off of Stephen Chbosky's life somewhat. But yeah, I thought it was really cool and really realistic. All the characters, I felt like they were my family, and I felt like, you know, his friends were my friends, and he just described them so well that there's no reason of a doubt that these aren't real people. Overall, I think this is a fantastic book. I'd say it definitely ranks up there with Looking for Alaska, as I said before, one of my favorite books. And so yeah, this is definitely really good. I like the really real books. Yes, I do like the paranormal stuff, other books, and the sort of like fantasy novels, but you really have to come back to earth sometimes and experience books like these. And even if you're not in high school, I feel like you can still relate to this book, and it's not like you have to put your mind into a 14-year-old. He is very good at making it so that you understand what all he's going through without being like, oh, remember in high school when this happened. It's just very good and very real. And very, like, I guess feel good. I guess it's a feel-good novel, even though it's very realistic. So I give it an A+. Awesome book. Awesome job, Stephen Chbosky. And, yeah, I hope you check out this book. I found it at an indie bookstore. If you saw my haul about that one time or another like 3 months ago. Anyways, yes, so check it out. Go to an indie bookstore if you can. If you can't, Books and Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. I try to mix up those two together because one is awesome and one is overpriced. But anyways, yeah, you should check out this book. No matter what. I feel like it should be a classic at one point or another. I've heard so much, or so many people talk about it, that it should be a classic, or it should be like something that you, I don't know, should have to read at one point or another. Not like forced to read in high school or anything like that, but yes. Should stop talking now. I hope you have a great day and keep reading.